What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a big old they're making your son out to be. That's for sure. Truth is, she wasn't nothing but a dealer's whore. That's all she ever.
Bothering me is that being a celebrity sometimes comes with, like, everybody wants to be successful in a celebrity and stuff like that, but it comes with, you know, bullshit sometimes, and, you know, that's the only thing that I hate about.
Did Bryshere Grey's own mother really sell him to Diddy for money? Grab a seat for this one. Jaguar Wright is back, spilling all the tea about how Bryshere Grey was allegedly abused by Diddy and Will Smith, forcing him to flee Hollywood. This isn't the first time Jaguar has claimed Diddy manipulated Bryshere into becoming his personal boy toy. But now she's revealing even more shocking details. She exposed Bryshere's mother, Andrea Mayberry, and ex-manager Charlie Mack for allegedly selling him to Diddy, turning him into a slave. Jaguar even claims there's a tape involving Justin Bieber, Bryshere, Will, and Diddy in a disturbing situation. Even more shocking, Bryshere reportedly tried to file a $50 million lawsuit against Diddy and Will earlier this year, but before it could go public, they allegedly silenced him.
He needs prayer. I don't even know what's going on.
They're trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Here's some background on how Bryshere Grey got involved with Diddy. At around 17, he was discovered by Charlie Mack, who became his talent manager. Charlie used his connections to get Bryshere a last-minute audition for the role of Hakeem Lian on *Empire*. Bryshere nailed the audition and secured the part. After *Empire* became a hit, Charlie introduced him to Will Smith, hoping to elevate his acting skills. However, Bryshere wasn't just interested in acting. He also wanted to pursue music. So Charlie connected him with Diddy to help launch his music career. But as the story goes, nothing comes from Diddy without a cost. By the time that mentorship ended, Bryshere was allegedly abused, exploited, and blackballed from the industry. Many didn't see the warning signs at the time, believing Diddy and Will were genuinely trying to help him, but in reality, they were reportedly using him for their own purposes. Jaguar Wright was the first to publicly speak out on Bryshere's behalf, exposing how the mentorship was just a facade to lure young men into disturbing situations. She described how Diddy and Will promised stardom, only to subject these boys to degrading experiences. Jaguar even recounted an incident where Bryshere and Meek Mill reportedly ran out of Will's house, screaming for help after one of these encounters.
Do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Grey, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed.
Around that same time, Jaguar also made the shocking accusation that Will Smith had been inappropriate with his own son, Jaden, when Jaden was just 15 years old. Jaguar claimed this was the real reason Jaden moved out of Will's house before he even turned 18.
In that interview, he said a lot. He said a lot.
He said everything but the thing that was important. That he know that Will Smith, Jaden, he Bryshere and he Meek Mills, and you know it, Bilal.
Jaguar wasn't lying when she said Diddy was involved with Bryshere Grey. Since leaving Hollywood, Bryshere's life has spiraled downhill. Currently, he's doing adult films and sharing his body with anyone for money, with videos of him circulating online. It's shocking considering he was once a rising star in Hollywood, and now he's reduced to selling himself and reportedly abusing hard drugs. His legal troubles have also escalated. In 2022, he was found guilty of aggravated assault against a woman he was involved with. But this wasn't his first run-in with the law. Back in 2020, his wife sought help at a gas station, telling police that Bryshere had strangled and assaulted her to the point she kept losing consciousness. When the police arrived at his home, he refused to come out, leading to hours of negotiation with the SWAT team. When his mugshots were released, fans noticed how drastically his appearance had changed. This was when people began piecing together the damage Hollywood and the industry had inflicted on him.
Empire. Tonight, we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted. her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of...
Although Bryshere is an adult and accountable for his own actions, the trauma inflicted on him by Diddy and Will Smith is believed to have triggered much of his current struggles. To this day, he hasn't been able to escape the pain from that period. Jaguar Wright recently shared even more shocking revelations in a heated interview with Real Life Productions, where she provided further details on how it was all orchestrated. It turns out that Charlie Mack wasn't clueless about what Diddy and Will were doing. Even Brashere's own mother, Andrea Mayberry, was allegedly involved. According to Jaguar, Andrea handed her son over to Diddy in exchange for money. Jaguar also claimed that the reason Brashere's mother allowed these traumatic events to happen was so she could exploit his pain to write a book. One that, ironically, nobody seemed interested in, just to make some extra cash.
Mom, I'ma kick you in your and then I'ma go to work North Philly style, bitch. Fuck you. And Charlie, you happy now? He's a gay porn star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life and what you had to do with it. You see, I'm sorry.
Jaguar also revealed that Andrea Mayberry recently came to her, begging for help with Brashere. Jaguar advised Andrea to get Brashere away from Charlie Mack, whom she claimed was pimping him out to Diddy and Will. However, according to Jaguar, Andrea did nothing to protect her son and continued to allow Diddy and Will to exploit Brashere, involving him in more of their disturbing freak-off sessions.
And begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. But because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's. That's all she ever was. She went from drug dealer to drug dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy. And I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay.
Jaguar also claimed that the reason Diddy and others are encouraging Brashere's involvement in the adult film industry, particularly in gay porn, is to undermine his credibility. According to her, this strategy is meant to make people believe Brashere is unstable, so if he ever comes forward with a lawsuit against Diddy and Will, no one will take him seriously, thinking he's mentally unfit. Jaguar pointed out that this is a classic Hollywood tactic used to discredit victims. She even went further, alleging the existence of a secret tape showing a disturbing freak-off involving Justin Bieber, Jaden Smith, Diddy, and Brashere.
Let him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists. I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent. And she let Charlie tune that boy up on coke, knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a Philly whore. You're a big old and they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all. I'm sorry. The Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his book. nobody
Definitely.
care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
For those wondering about the lawsuit Jaguar mentioned a few months ago, just before Bryshere launched his career, rumors surfaced that he was preparing to file a $50 million lawsuit against Diddy. This was hinted at in a blind item that suggested a soon-to-be-revealed male victim of sexual assault by this A-list mogul wouldn't be the last to come forward. However, just before the lawsuit was expected to be publicized, Bryshere suddenly backed off and began selling adult content online. Something clearly changed his mind, and we may never know the full story until he finds the courage to speak out. The reactions to this situation have been quite varied and deeply emotional. Many people are expressing their sorrow and disbelief at how Bryshere Grey's life has spiraled. One individual shared their heartish, stating, "Bryshere Grey's downfall is tragic. There's no reason I should open Twitter and see him throwing himself out there. My heart aches for him. The industry really turned him out. Diddy and Will did a number on him." This sentiment captures the concern many have about how young talent can be exploited in Hollywood, often at the hands of those who are meant to guide and support them. Another user added, "Mentorship has become dangerous in Hollywood. What a sad story. Prayers for Bryshere Grey. What's done in the dark will be revealed in the light." This comment highlights the troubling dynamics within the industry, where mentorship can sometimes morph into manipulation, leaving young artists vulnerable to exploitation. The overarching theme in these reactions is one of empathy and frustration, as many see Bryshere as a victim of a system that often prioritizes profit and power over the well-being of its individuals. Now, I genuinely want to hear your thoughts on this troubling situation. What do you think about Diddy and Will allegedly breaking Bryshere down and exploiting him for their own ends? Do you believe his mother, Andrea, and Charlie Mack truly sold him out, contributing to his exploitation? This is a serious conversation that needs to be had, as it reflects broader issues of accountability in the entertainment industry. Please share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to click here to watch another messy video that dives deeper into these complex narratives. Your perspective matters, and it's essential to shed light on these issues.